So I'll be doing this final review one page at a time. So the second term in the expansion. So options are, this reminds me of Pascal. So I know that I'm going to go 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So I know it's going to go like that. And so 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. They want the second term, so I'm going to circle that to focus on it. And it's 3y, so my A is 3y and my B is 1. So this is 3y to the fourth. This is 3y cubed, 3y squared, 3y to the first, 3y to the 0. Okay? Now let me close this. Hold on. I don't know if you can see that. And then we have the 1. So 1 to the 0, 1 to the first, 1 squared, 1 to cubed, 1 to the fourth. None of that stuff matters. So now 1 to the first is 1. 3 to the third is 27. 27 times 4 is 108, y cubed. And honestly, I knew it was y cubed. And this one was kind of a giveaway because the first one would be y to the fourth, the second one would be y cubed, the third term would be y squared, and the fourth term would be y to the first. Okay? Let's go to the next one, requires less work. I feel like this is one where if you get it wrong, it's because you made a silly mistake. Remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. Negative 2p and negative 2p is negative 4p plus 13, or 14. Okay? The next one, I set it equal to 0, so I subtract 2. I get x squared minus 6x plus 8. I see if I can factor it, and I can. X minus 4, x minus 2, boom, 4 and 2. Be careful, because the mistake you're going to make is you're going to go, oh, it's negative 4, negative 2, and circle C. So please be careful. Subtract 3. I get 6k squared plus 12k minus 48, divide by 6. I'm just going to make it an x squared plus 2x minus 8. I can factor that. X plus 4, x minus 2, negative 4, negative 2, or positive 2. D is my answer. All right, for number 5, I'm going to box it out. So negative 2 minus 8i. Negative times a negative is a positive all around the board. And then positive 64i squared. Now remember, whenever we have I squared, it's negative 1. So the positive 64 is really negative 64. And 4 minus 64 is negative 60. And then 69 is 32i. So on your final, it's just going to be multiple choice. You don't have to show me any work if you don't want to. You can guess on all of them. But I want you to know, you're just going to be bubbling it in, and that's it. All right, let's box it out. 2 plus 2i, negative 5 minus 6i. So you're going to notice that this test isn't necessarily difficult, but I'm testing that you remember how to do all of the concepts. So, oops, that is negative 12i squared. So, 10i minus 12i is negative 2i. Oops, see, here's the great thing. I went a little bit fast. So, negative 10 and negative 12 is negative 22i. And then I squared is really negative 1. And this was negative, so now it turns positive. So, negative 10 plus 12 is positive 2. And I want to be careful because I kind of mess with you on that one. So it looks like 2 minus 22i, C. Okay. Number 7, this is as simple as adding. Negative 8 and negative 3 is negative 11. Negative 6 and positive 4 is negative 2i, A. Okay. The reason this one isn't okay, the 7's fine, but the I is the issue. So multiply the top and the bottom by I. Distribute, distribute. Negative 7i plus 6i squared over 7i squared. Remember in the previous problem, I squared is negative 1. So that means this is negative 7. I squared is negative 1. So that means that's negative 7i minus 6. And if you look, we don't like negatives on the bottom, so everything changes the sign. And it's A. The difference between 8 and 9 is because the I is being multiplied, all you have to do is multiply the I and get rid of it. But here, the I is with the 3 that's being added. So you have to multiply by the conjugate, -1 plus 3i, -1 plus 3i. Okay. And when I do this problem, I distribute, and then I'm going to box this out. When I distribute the top, I get -5i minus a plus 15i squared, which leads I squared is -1. So that's -5i minus 15. Okay. And then I'm going to box out the bottom here. -1 minus 3i, -1 plus 3i. Negative and negative is a positive, minus 3i plus 3i minus 9i squared. I squared is -1. A negative and a negative make a positive. So that's really positive 9. 1 plus 9 is 10. And the whole point is for the denominator to be gone. So that means it's 10 in the denominator. But there's a problem, partly because none of the answers are in there, but all of these divide by 5. So that means this is really -I minus 3 over 2, which is 8. All right, write the quadratic equation in factored form. So that's x plus 1, x plus 2. Find the one that matches, and that's C. Page 1, done.